Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good day, good night, good afternoon, depending on the time it is where you are chiming in from. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's topic of why accountability, the importance of it. I am Noreen N. Henry, your Victorious Living strategist, founder of Victorious Living Culture, where we liberate women that are stuck to break free, walk into their destinies, and live their best lives now. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and like I always say, talk with me. Don't let me be talking by myself. Comment on the topic that is at hand, why accountability, and let me know your thoughts. Talk to me. Before I get into it, I keep forgetting to talk about my background picture, the rainbow. Because whenever I see a rainbow, I always make sure to capture it, make sure to take a picture of it. And this one is taken in my hometown of London, England. Where was that? I was in Stratford. I happened to be looking out the hotel window, and there was a rainbow, and I had to capture it. Rainbows remind me that stuff is good, all is good, all is well. Back to the topic. Okay, the topic is, I said, why accountability, the importance of it. I was led to talk about this topic. I don't know the reason I was led to talk about it today, because I actually had a different topic in mind, but this one came up, and so I just go with the flow. I just go with how I'm led. The definition of accountability is the fact or condition of being accountable. It's being responsible. That's what accountability is, and it's for the topic for today. But why accountability, you ask? In fact, you comment and tell me why accountability. Let me know what your thoughts on why I was led to talk about accountability today. There are many that blame others for their circumstances, or blame others for the choices that they make. However, even if you're advised to do something, it's still your choice. It's still your choice. So there's no blaming of others. But how do we do this? How do we know not to blame others? Can you tell me? Comment and let me know. The not blaming of others is to look within. We look at ourselves, and we look within and examine our own selves individually. Everyone goes through stuff in life. All of us go through stuff in life, and some of it is sometimes out of our control, especially when we're born, because we get our knowledge from our parents, our teachers, from what we're around as we're growing up. And like they that are teaching us at that time, they're teaching us with the knowledge that they have at that time. And so that's where we get that knowledge from, until when we're adults now, we take that responsibility for our own individual lives. I'm going to go for a quick commercial break and be right back.
Do you have a story to share? I was stuck in emotional eating. It was reading books that helped me to become unstuck. Stuck is not you story. Book collaborations do just that. It helps readers to become unstuck and to do something different to be on their best lives now journey. Join us and write your story with us.
And we're back. Welcome back. All right, so let's continue. Healing begins when we take accountability, for our own lives, and I say individually because it's an individual thing. If healing is needed, and to me, we all need healing because we all go through different things in lives, and the healing can't happen unless we're first accountable to ourselves and look within. I know it's not easy to face ourselves, right? It's much easier to look outside and to blame others. Before I became accountable for myself, I would look outside and blame others. For instance, in my former relationship, I would blame him for my unhappiness, not knowing that back then that I needed to look within. As I always say, the perishing for lack of knowledge. As I gained the right knowledge, I began blaming myself. Not in a bad way, though, as it is due to the knowledge that we have at the time that we do what we do. That's why it's the perishing for lack of knowledge, which is why it is so important to gain the right knowledge. Anyhow, I am so happy for the journey that I'm on, that I have been on, that I look at myself and I look at my life, and I do not blame anyone anymore for anything that has happened to me, because if people that have done things, they're doing it based on the knowledge that they have. And quite frankly, when people do things to others, they don't realize that they're really hurting themselves because of the sowing and the reaping principle. But that's life. That's why it's very, very important to gain the right knowledge. I have a question for you. How is your journey? Are you seeing yourself in my story and some of the things that I've said today? Do you feel you need to be accountable for your own life? That's if you want real and lasting change anyway. I'm here for you. I've gone through a lot and I have overcome a lot, and I've gained a lot of knowledge over the years, and I can help you break free and create the life that you desire. It does take work, and it's not an overnight process. It takes work to work through, and even just starting the process and working through. Because as I said, I've been working on myself for years, and I'm still working on myself, because it's layers and layers and layers of stuff. It's years and years and years of stuff. For instance, when I was eating emotionally, when I was an emotional eater, other things came along with that. There was binge eating, mindless eating, eating for no reason, eating because it's there. So you see, there are layers and layers to undo. This is why it's a process. This is why it's not an overnight thing. So we have to be patient with ourselves as we undo and redo our lives for the better. And that's if you want it, because I know not everybody wants better, not everybody wants change. Some are fine with the way that their life is. But this is for you who want change and want real and lasting change. You can go to www.victoriouslivingforyou.com. That's victorious living, the number 4 and the letter U.com. And usually I have it playing across the scrolling. I didn't have it scrolling today. But it's victoriouslivingforyou.com, and it's Victorious Living, the number 4 and the letter U.com. And you receive my free ebook that it talks about awareness, and talks about the foundation of victorious living, and it talks about our thoughts and our words that are extremely, extremely important. It's just so important to gain the right knowledge. But note that victory is being courageous towards orchestrating and organizing the reviewing and analyzing of your life to change it, and to change it for the better. Thank you for taking the time to be on my live today, and thank you for those that are on the replay. Make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on the topic of accountability, why it's important. Know that there is always hope no matter what, and being accountable for our own lives gets us there. I am Noreen N. Henry, your victorious living strategist. Bye for now.
Do you have a story to share? I was stuck in emotional eating. It was reading books that helped me to become unstuck. Stuck is not you story. Book collaborations do just that. It helps readers to become unstuck and to do something different to be on their best lives now journey. Join us and write your story with us.